SCHD currently holds 103 stocks, and not every one of them is performing well. A few names are lagging, showing weaker fundamentals or underperforming compared to the rest of the portfolio. But here's the key point. I still hold SCHD, and these underperformers aren't a reason to sell. In fact, understanding why they're included actually strengthens my confidence in SCHD's long-term strategy. In this video, I'll break down 5 of the weakest holdings based on recent performance, dividend trends, and overall fundamentals. I'll show why they're struggling, how much weight they carry in the fund, and why they don't undermine the bigger picture. By the end, you'll see that even strong index funds include weaker positions, and that's intentional. Here's what we'll cover. First, I'll identify the 5 weakest stocks currently in SCHD, those showing slower growth, weaker metrics, or underperformance. Then, I'll explain how they qualified for inclusion in the first place. After that, we'll look at their actual impact on returns, which is smaller than most people expect. Finally, I'll explain why SCHD's methodology is designed to handle underperformers effectively, keeping the overall strategy strong. Quick disclaimer. This is educational analysis of SCHD's current holdings, not financial advice or a recommendation to buy or sell any specific stock or fund. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Holdings can change during reconstitutions, and past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Always do your own research and consult qualified professionals before making investment decisions. The 5 worst holdings. Breakdown. All right, let's break down the 5 weakest holdings in SCHD based on recent performance, dividend trends, and overall fundamentals. Worst holding number 5. 3M Company, MMM. 3M is a diversified industrial company known for products like Post-it notes and medical supplies. It has remained in SCHD due to its long dividend history. However, the company is facing significant legal liabilities tied to PFAS chemicals and defective military earplugs, leading to billions in settlements. The dividend yield is around 6.2%, but the stock price has fallen roughly 40% from its peak. Dividend growth has been flat for the past 3 years, and the 2024 healthcare spinoff reduced future cash flow. It still qualifies for now, but fundamentals are weakening. Weight, about 0.8%. Worst holding number 4, Walgreens Boots Alliance, WBA. Walgreens has struggled heavily, with the stock down more than 70% from its highs. Competition from Amazon, CVS, and mail-order pharmacies has pressured margins. The yield sits above 9%, which often signals risk. In 2024, Walgreens cut its dividend by nearly 50%. It remains in SCHD due to prior screening metrics, but may be removed in the next rebalance. Weight, about 0.6%. Worst holding number 3. Intel Corporation, INTC. Once dominant in semiconductors, Intel is now lagging behind competitors like AMD, NVIDIA, and TSMC. It missed key opportunities in AI chips and continues to face manufacturing challenges. The stock is down around 60% from its peak. Dividend growth has been minimal, with only a 0.5% increase in 2023. It still meets basic requirements but is clearly underperforming. Weight, about 0.9%. Worst holding number 2. Dow Inc. Dow. Dow operates in chemicals and materials, making it highly cyclical. Global demand has weakened, impacting earnings in recent years. The dividend yield is around 5.8%, but growth has been inconsistent. The stock has shown little momentum, trading sideways for years. It meets SCHD's criteria, but lacks strong growth potential. Weight, about 0.7%. Worst holding number 1, AT&T. AT&T stands out as the weakest holding. The company cut its dividend by nearly 50% in 2022 following the Warner Media spinoff. The stock has declined about 45% from past highs, and dividend growth has stalled. While the yield remains around 6.5%, long-term confidence is limited due to high debt and slow growth. Weight, about 0.5%. So those are the 5 weakest names: 3M, Walgreens, Intel, Dow, and AT&T, together, making up roughly 3.5% of SCHD. And that detail matters. Why these stocks are in SCHD? Now, you might be asking, if these companies are underperforming, why are they included in SCHD at all? That's a fair question, and it comes down to how the fund is built. SCHD tracks the Dow Jones U.S. Dividend 100 Index, which uses strict screening rules. To qualify, a company must have at least 10 consecutive years of dividend payments, no dividend cuts during that period, adequate liquidity and market size, and strong financial metrics like return on equity, cash flow strength, and dividend coverage. Here's the key point. A company can meet all of these requirements and still struggle in the current environment. For example, AT&T maintained a long dividend history before its 2022 cut, so it previously passed the screens. Intel has decades of dividend payments and still generates enough cash flow to qualify. 3M has an extremely long dividend record, and Walgreens also had a solid track record until recently. SCHD's process is based on historical data. It focuses on what companies have already proven, not what they might do next. This helps avoid speculative stocks, but it can also mean holding weaker companies for a while. However, the system adjusts over time. The index is reviewed every March, and companies that no longer meet the standards are removed. Weak performers don't stay forever. They eventually get replaced. The actual impact on your returns. Let's look at what these weaker holdings actually do to your returns. This is where the numbers matter. The 5 stocks we covered, 3M, Walgreens, Intel, Dow, and AT&T, make up only about 3.5% of SCHD. That means 96.5% of your investment is allocated to stronger companies. Even if those 5 dropped 20% while everything else stayed flat, your overall portfolio would decline by only about 0.7%. That's barely noticeable. Now compare that to the upside. SCHD's top 10 holdings represent roughly 32% of the fund and include companies like Merck, Chevron, PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, AbbVie, and Amgen. These firms consistently grow dividends between 8% and 15% annually. Even if the weaker names fall, the stronger ones more than offset it. SCHD has delivered around 12.8% annual returns since 2011, with these underperformers included. That's the power of diversification and strong core holdings. So why do I still hold SCHD despite these weaker positions? 3 simple reasons. First, automatic rebalancing. SCHD updates its holdings every year. Stocks that no longer meet quality standards get removed automatically. I don't need to make those decisions myself. The index handles it. Underperformers like AT&T or Walgreens could be replaced in future reconstitutions. The system is designed to correct itself over time. Second, diversification. These 5 weakest holdings make up only about 3.5% of the fund. Even in a worst-case scenario, the overall impact would be limited. That's the benefit of owning over 100 stocks. No single position can significantly damage the portfolio. Third, focus on dividend growth, not perfection. SCHD has consistently grown its dividend over time. Even with weaker names, overall dividend growth remains strong. The top performers outweigh the laggards. My approach is simple. I'd rather trust a diversified system than try to pick a handful of perfect stocks myself. Let's wrap this up with some perspective. Every index fund has weaker holdings. VOO includes struggling companies. VTI holds thousands of stocks, including some low-quality names. Even the S&P 500 once included companies that later collapsed. No fund is perfect. What matters is the overall strategy and long-term performance. SCHD focuses on high-quality dividend companies that meet strict financial standards. Most holdings are strong, while a few underperform, and that's expected with diversification. The 5 weakest names, 3M, Walgreens, Intel, Dow, and AT&T make up only about 3.5% of the fund. They're lagging, and some may be removed in future rebalancing, but they're not driving overall performance. SCHD continues to outperform many dividend ETFs, grow income faster than inflation, and provide steady cash flow. You don't own SCHD for short-term gains. You own it for long-term, growing income. A few weak stocks won't change that. Subscribe if you want more honest SCHD breakdowns like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.